Today we're going to talk about descriptive language. Descriptive language questions are probably 4 to 6 questions on every ACT test. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it. What's going to happen is you want to look for the most distinctive, specific answer. And sometimes they're going to be lukewarm answers, and you want to get the one that gives the most description or emotion to it. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Given that all the choices are accurate, it'll always start with that. So that's how you can identify it as a descriptive language question. Which one most effectively expresses the idea that bands incorporate both classic Celtic music and current influences into their music? Okay, so let's look at our choices. We want to look for classic Celtic music and current influences. Continue to produce new music and release new albums. Nope, that doesn't talk about classic. Put on concerts around the world. Nope, doesn't have it. Sing and dance on stage. Nope, it doesn't refer to classic Celtic music. How about combine traditional mouth music and with modern rhythms? Yes, that addresses the classic music and the current influences, so that would be your correct answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. What we want to do is point out what the specific information we're looking for, what we're trying to associate it with. So we have the writer wants to emphasize the information garnered from the detected neurons at Ice Cube could have dramatic effects on how scientists study the universe. Okay, so we're looking for the universe steps out to me. Okay, which choice best accomplishes this goal? Okay, so it's either going to be which choice best accomplishes this goal or given that all the choices are accurate. Those two will be telling you that it's a descriptive language question. All right, so we're looking for something that's going to best describe the universe. Phenomena that have puzzled scientists over the last decade. That could be COVID. Cross that one out. Common occurrences in space. Is that really? It's sort of generic for the universe. Let's see if there's anything better. The world around us. No, that wouldn't be out in, that wouldn't be the universe. Or how about our galaxy and galaxies beyond? Okay, that's more specific than common occurrences in space. So we're going to go with F on that one. The next one, the writer wants to clearly establish that the newspaper article claims Black is unmoved by the sudden interest. Okay, so that's the word we're looking for. Unmoved. Which choice best accomplishes that goal? Is nearly a celebrity in Clinton Hill? No. Has benefited financially from it? No. Gives little thought to? Okay, that would be unmoved, right. Or observes. No, that wouldn't be unmoved. So I think gives little thought to would be the best answer. Okay. Which choice most specifically illustrates how long the cave creating process took? Okay, it has to paint a picture for us. So how long did it take? So we want specifically how long it took. Between ice ages and the more temperate eras that followed them. Maybe that gives you specific time frames, ice ages and more temperate eras. How about over time periods in which the weather changed drastically? That could be Florida from morning till night, right? So that won't be it. How about during this extended time? That doesn't give us how long. We can't Google that, can we? As time passed. Nope, that could be a few minutes or a few years. We don't know. So we can Google between the ice ages and the temperate eras. That will give us a time frame. So we're going to pick that one. Okay. Which choice most effectively suggests the shape of the blue holes? Okay, so we're looking for a shape here. Okay. What's going to give us the shape? Can be sighted off. That's not giving us a picture in our head of a shape. Dot the waters. Okay, dot is a circle, so that gives us a better idea. Maybe. How about darkened parts of? That doesn't give us a shape. It could be round, it could be square, we don't know. Or appear in, that doesn't give it to us either. It would have to be dot the waters of, that would give us the shape. Okay. Which choice provides the most specific information about how the posterns and towers served as defensive positions? This can be tough until you look at the word how does it do it. Okay. So this is saying for protecting Rome. But how are they protecting Rome? That doesn't help us. By providing cover for armed guards. Okay, that's giving us how it is. In that they were designed to help Rome repel enemy attacks. But how did they repel enemy attacks? By keeping Rome safe from invaders. Nope. How did they keep Rome safe from invaders? So it would have to be by providing cover. Okay. Oop, and this one we're going to cross out because I didn't have enough. Which choice best conveys the horse's movement in a way that adds a sensory detail? Okay, so we want the sensory detail. Let's think about the 5 senses, right? To the description of the fair. We got walk along the streets. That doesn't do the 5 senses. How about clip-clop? Clip-clop, that's making a noise, right? We're going to hear that. Or move or travel. It would have to be clip-clop on that one because that's making you can hear that, can't you? The clip-clop. All right, the next one. Given that all choices are true, which one most effectively introduces the historical and cultural significance of the KWC and Company building? Okay, so we're looking for historical and cultural significance. Preserves a part of the legacy of the Chinese community. Okay, that would be historical. In the 19th century American West, okay, or the cultural. So we're talking cultural. That's a good answer, right? Let's see if any of the other ones fit better. Has 7 rooms. Okay, now that doesn't give us any historical or cultural. Is cooperative preserved and operated by the organ? Nope, that doesn't make sense. Has a kitchen that holds antique tables, a large wood stove, and a variety of Chinese teas and cooking utensils. But does that give the historical? I think the F is better because we're talking about a legacy of the Chinese community, so we want that. All right, the next one. Given that all the choices are accurate, which one provides the most precise description of the pattern of spikes? So we're looking for the pattern of spikes on the iguana spine, most precise description. Okay, so let's see. It had a spine with tiny spikes. That's pretty generic. It is not a precise description. I saw spikes that looked like they were just beginning to develop. But where were those spikes? You could have an alligator that has spikes all over its back, so that would be a bad one. There were small spikes on its armored back. Same thing as the alligator. It doesn't talk about the spine, right? We want the spine. Rows of budding spikes lined its spines. Okay, that's probably a better one. It had a spine with tiny spikes. It could have a spine and it could have tiny spikes, but they might not be together. But this one says lined its spine, so it has to be that one. Okay, next one. Which choice provides the most vivid description? Right there, vivid description of iguanas on the floor of a rainforest. Okay, so we want a vivid description of the rainforest. So picture in your head, put a picture in your head of a rainforest. All right, would it be walking on the ground? No, not really. Walking on the ground, you could walk on the ground in the state of Florida, so that won't work. Scuttling through dank undergrowth. Okay, now we're talking dank undergrowth, so lots of greenery everywhere, so that might be it. How about living underneath the treetops? No, you can do that in the state of Florida. How about moving about down low? That doesn't really help. It would have to be scuttling through the dank undergrowth because that is saying that greenery is all around you. Okay. Next one. Which choice best suggests that talkies swiftly and dramatically put an end? Okay, so swiftly and dramatically put an end to the silent movie era. Swept silent movies off the screen. Okay, that's pretty dramatic, isn't it? And it's done, so I like that one. See if any of the other ones fit better. Invited the beginning of what would one day become a new era. Nope, we're talking about the ending, so that one would be wrong. Stirred up the movie industry and delighted the general public? No, we're talking about the ending again. Began their entrance onto the screen. No, all these are beginnings, and we were looking for the end of the era. So it would have to be that first one we saw. Okay, next one. Which choice best emphasizes Mill's commitment to winning the gold medal? Okay, now, on this one, we got luckily. Can you win a gold medal by luck? Probably not. Not a gold medal. How about eventually? If you keep joining races, eventually you're going to win? No, because you got to train, right? How about undeterred? We might not know what undeterred means. So let's go to the other one. Concentrating. If we concentrate really hard, are we going to win a gold medal? Probably not. We don't know what the word undeterred means. What it means is unstoppable. But if we didn't know what that meant, but we know the other three really weren't very dramatic, we would pick that one that we didn't know, undeterred. And undeterred means unstoppable. So that would be it. They wouldn't stop until they got it. So they would work and work and work until they actually won that gold medal. Okay. Next one. Given that all the choices are accurate, which one gives the clearest example of how Beck created the simplest possible schema in his map for subway passengers? Okay, so we know the subway is underneath. You can find a subway down in New York, and that's underneath the streets. So we got to think we're looking for the clearest example of the simplest possible schemata. Okay, so did away with all references to the city streets above. Okay, we wouldn't need to know that. If we're looking at a map for a subway passenger, we won't need to know what was above. We just need to know how to look at it for down below during the in the subway. So that might be a good one. Has been irritated with the curving lines on early maps. No, that's probably why he made a clearer example, so that wouldn't be it. Knew that if his map were to become popular, it had to be easy to use. No, it's not giving us why it was easy to use. Created a map that has iconic status today. But it doesn't give us an example of why it has iconic status today. So it would have to be that first one. Okay. Did away with all references to city streets above. Okay. Next one. Which choice is clearest and suggests the highest degree of failure of early maps? Okay. To legibly depict subway routes directly under central London. Okay, so we have obscured, not really obscured. That's sort of, it's the degree of failure. Obscured is sort of just flopped, right? In general, we're disappointing about. Same thing, sort of a lukewarm response. Made indecipherable means you can't read it at all. Okay, now that would be a degree of, the highest degree of failure is indecipherable. They were no good, right? Or didn't fully capture. So here's another example like above where we knew three of them and they were sort of lukewarm responses, and we didn't know one of the words, what indecipherable meant, and that was the answer. Okay, so if you know what the other ones sound like and they weren't really dramatic and you don't know what one word means, it's probably going to be that one word. Okay.